got a chance.
Opportunity, promotion, blah, blah. You know, those are just words.
Words. All I have to offer is words. Just words.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
What's going on, my beautiful peoples? On this muggy ass, very difficult, hard to breathe Saturday. Yeah, I mean, you've been wanting warm weather for quite some time.
Not this warm though.
Be careful what you ask.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a January baby, but damn, 90 degrees and
92.
92.
But it feels like. What did you say it felt like?
It's 104.
Google said it feels like 104 outside.
That's punishing right
Man,
there.
I used to love the heat. Now, since living in the Northeast, I'm like, you know what?
New York.
Why do we have to go to extremes?
The thing is that as you're saying that and you're fanning yourself with this big ass hand fan.
Well, you see, down in Louisiana, it gets a little hot in the swamps.
I want to give you one of the little white gloves.
Yeah. Just call me Blanche Dubois. For all my theater nerds out there.
Little baby gator gonna get you.
Little baby gator gonna get you.
Tossed and you were swamp full of gators like that.
Alligators?
There's a super tangent and it has nothing to do with nothing.
No.
But there's I think it was an SNL skit.
Now, hello there, Miss Tucker.
Oh, hello, Your Honor.
Yeah. Say, how's your daughter doing?
Oh, she's just fine, Your Honor. You know, she's going to school up there in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah, well, they got some good schools up there. You know, that's true. But I like to think you can learn a thing or two down here in Maine as well. Uh-huh.
But anyways, that's talking about tangents earlier. Yeah. You know who we got on deck? My brother, my main man, Dre Drizzo.
What's going on? What's happening? What's good, my people? I feel a little rusty, bro. It's been a while.
Is it the heat or
it's the heat? I'm gonna blame it on the heat.
Yeah. So before it was the clouds and the rain.
And now it's the heat.
So I just need to fucking film with you.
I just need to be home, bro. I just need to be home.
Literally need to film and record on beautiful sunny days when you don't even want to show up. You're like, fuck this noise. How was your 4th of July, brother?
It was cool. I stayed in the Bronx. A lot of fireworks that I didn't see, but I did hear all night to 4 in the morning. Shout out to South Bronx. Yeah, it was terrible. I don't know what the fuck they getting these type of grenades. I call
we
and
learned
dynamite.
from PA and from where else?
Boston,
Massachusetts.
So all my Dominicans that shoot out, that got family out in Boston,
diaspora.
Yeah. And they shooting out from fucking PA, and they're like, "Vamos pa Nueva York."
Yo.
And they bring and for like $20, you buy a whole fucking arsenal.
Yeah, bro, they upping it every year.
Yeah,
every year it's
we
louder.
had a nice show up here.
It's crazy. It's fucking insane.
Yo, dude, what are those shits called that you see like in those war documentaries and shit that they always put they like put the launch the missile like the fucking what is it turret or some shit. They literally just throw a whole missile in a pipe and then shit, bah! Yeah. And it, like legit, I can't even know how we were walking by 181st. I felt like I saw like 4 of them.
They not playing out there, yo.
They were going to fuck off.
Yeah,
you got a nice photo of the last one that we saw.
Yes. No. I was trying to make it all. One, I was trying to make it very cinematic. But 2, I was trying to make sure I wasn't capturing any incriminating evidence.
Yeah. And 3, you wasn't getting hit with that shit.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things happening in one shot. But you know who we got on deck? That other lovely voice, as always, the usual, the lovely Lady H.
You can just call me Haydee now. Forget about Lady.
Oh, wow.
I'm coming out.
Okay.
Yeah. Haydee, it's with an H, y'all. It's with an H.
So
it's not that
that's
difficult.
It? You want me to drop the whole moniker?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Could have given me that rundown
I did.
in pre-production.
Oh, my bad. I should have reminded you. I think I said like 2 months ago. I was like, you know what? I'm ready to go by Haydee.
All right.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
She's here now.
I am, and I'm active on social media. So for once.
Look at you doing all the
The
things
bare
that
minimum.
Hey, look at you doing all the things I've been asking for the last
For real.
4 years. But it's
I got
okay.
time now. I got time.
We chilled for 4th of July. Did you have fun?
I had a lovely time. Yeah, I felt very American.
What was that joke you told me earlier?
Which one? Last night?
The pronouns.
Oh, I gotta wait. I don't want to say it because
Oh.
that's an idea for a T-shirt
Okay,
that we're gonna sell. So pick it up when it's out.
So, and then on top of that, the weather was okay. It wasn't bad.
It was nice. I mean, it was hot going down there because there's no breeze or airway when it's humid up here. But by the water, it was nice. And I
Yeah.
also had my fan.
I was like legit carrying about like 80
know.
pounds of liquid.
What the fuck did you
In
have?
glass
What did you
bottles.
have in that bag, bro?
Bro, it was like 4 bottles
These.
of Prosecco and then the Just Words
Yeah,
water
they're
bottles.
like, bring water. Okay,
Oh, Lord.
we got you.
And legit, I was just anticipating someone would be like, hey, let me help you.
Yeah.
You should have said something. I would have carried it from the other handle.
No, you heard me say that earlier. Don't use that.
Oh, I did not. Yeah, here today,
Yeah.
after the fact.
But over there, when I'm complaining, walking on the
I
fucking
didn't think of
number
that.
20 on a treadmill incline on 181st and fucking between Broadway and Fort Wash, bro.
Yeah.
That incline is like this. And I'm there with these bags, literally dislocating my hip and my shoulders because I was trying to fucking just hold on to everything without breaking. And it was just mad weight, right? And like that shit kind of fucks up your whole shoulder when you got mad weight on one side.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so no one's going to say, like,
You
let me
didn't-
hold the other handle.
I didn't even think of that. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't think of that. I would have suggested it had I thought of it. So my bad.
I see we got some new sound.
Oh, that's been Anyway, I feel like we've gone on for a minute.
Yes, my bad. Flies.
Yeah.
But since then, it's now been your 2nd year anniversary.
Yes.
For Project Cleanup.
Woo! Congrats.
So we're gonna start off with that. Who we got on deck? WRU Crew runner. Good, just all around person out here talking about we need to clean up the hood. And now you've expanded and you did the Bronx too. You would do and you actually you started in Brooklyn, right?
No, in Manhattan. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, you started up here. 'Cause I
Yeah.
thought you were doing it with the other crew. But anywho, this is your project, Project Cleanup, and you out here always doing a beautiful job, repping the hood, repping the heights, making cleaning and just doing fucking overall good things, fashionable and cool because you got dope bags, you got dope people, dope music, and it's just overall always wonderful. Welcome to Just Words Nobody Cares, Amber Dominguez. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
And you didn't sound, and you said you didn't do much on 4th of July?
No, I had a self-care day.
It's beautiful. You know that air pollution goes up actually, like spikes?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I had no idea.
That makes
There's a
sense.
bunch
Yeah,
of haze
because
by the
of
water.
the fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And all the
makes
trash
sense.
that gets left out.
Every time after I have a conversation with you, I kind of have like these terror moments because my fucking Instagram feed gets filled with wild facts that I actually like a year ago started not arguing but having like complete disagreements with about fun facts. But since then, now new revelations have been coming out about like the microplastics.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
I heard of something about that,
bro.
though.
Because so
For
last
men,
year,
for men.
yeah, she was like, "Oh, it's like you get like a credit card's worth of microplastics in a week," and I was like, "Chill, it's in a whole fucking lifetime."
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
were like, and she was like,
Yeah.
"Nah," and we couldn't like really find information on it. But now, so much information has been coming out, so much so that they tested human males and dog males.
What?
Why didn't
Them
they
too?
like bother with women
I
or
don't-
anything?
What it's been found in the womb. In
Oh,
babies.
No.
God.
Oh,
Babies are
shit.
born with plastic in their blood.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anywho,
We have Dominican half.
fucking microplastics in the testicles of the
Yeah.
of human males and dogs.
Man, wow.
And I'm just like, wait, what? And now then, like last week, it came out. They for the first time ever, they have found it in the penis. And I'm like, wait, what?
Inside?
Yeah. And I'm just like, so imagine having what kind of panic attack? I don't even know, but
Well, thank God for evolution, no? Because don't we? Hopefully, at some point, we evolve to
plastic.
process that,
Yeah.
or it becomes a part of us. I don't know.
And then
don't
you
know.
were sharing with me how it's taking much longer for dead corpses is to decompose because of all the
Because of
plastic
that.
inside of them.
What?
Yeah, there's a fascinating article in National Geographic, which I subscribe to, and I get the physical copies. And there's a religion, a sect of a specific religion. I'm not going to pretend like I know the name right now. And this like the Orthodox religion is in India, and a part of India, and it's a small sect. And the way they send their bodies of their people into transition is they take the bodies and they have these circular stone walls or forts, and they lay the bodies out and they let the bodies decompose naturally. And that's what they do. That's their tradition and their ritual. And they found two things recently. They found that so before I go into that, they rely on vultures to help them with the process and help speed up the process of the decomposition of the bodies. They're finding that the vultures aren't eating the bodies, or if they did eat the bodies, they were dying off because they were poisoned with
The plastic.
different chemicals.
Oh, wow.
Ibuprofen.
Oh,
Not the
damn.
plastic. It was poisoned by chemicals that we consume
Okay.
as humans. So mostly ibuprofen, and also they were finding that there was a toxin that they're using out there, or that they did use, a pesticide that was somehow getting into our bodies or the bodies over there, and the vultures were dying off because of that. And then the other aspect of that is plastics. So the bodies are taking longer to disintegrate because the vultures aren't eating them, or they're dying, and it's just the body's just taking a longer time. Yeah. So they have these mirrors that they set up so that the sun can go and help
No shit. I didn't know that little detail.
get that process moving faster. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the fucking rabbit hole
Yeah.
that you've led me down into ever since we've crossed paths. And it's just straight panic because when we do the street cleanups, I'm not gonna say you yell at me, but you talk to me very sternly. You're like, Ron, we gotta go. So I go into a whole rabbit hole of like, all right, we need to clean everything. But so let's circle back. What was your motivation of getting into this period? Like what drove you into wanting to even tell
Clean the
people that
streets?
like fucking cleaning the streets should be cool?
Yeah, so it's two things. The first is that, I mean, living in New York City, it's impossible not to see the trash everywhere. And I think, like, when you live here, it becomes a part of your life. You're so used to it. But because I'm not from here, I was just, like, really shocked. And then two, I just started getting really into environmentalism. And I was lucky enough to meet a lot of people that were also passionate about that. And they were doing cleanups in Brooklyn, and I thought that was really cool, and I participated in it. And then I moved uptown and was like, how come we don't have that up here? Like, it's all the, like, fun, like, cool hippie kids do it in Brooklyn, but, like, why doesn't anything have it uptown? And I'm like, this is, like, we need this up here, too. And also, I think, like, having a clean environment is so good for your mental health and then physical health, obviously, because of all the plastic situation. And I just thought, like, no one's going to take this shit seriously. Like, I got to make it fun and cool and, like, invite people that people would want to show up and be a part of. And so I basically pitched it to the two founders of our running group, and they were like, yes, we want to do something good for our community. You lead the way, tell us what to do. And that's how it started 2 years ago.
Nice.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yo, time flies.
Yeah.
Shit. Because the first time I went to it, I was just like, yo, this is dope. You know, we should be doing this, period.
It's about showing people that, like, we're trying to destigmatize picking up trash because in our society, in American society, it's very much like a punishment for people of like, oh, you did bad, so you need to go pick up trash. That's
Community
like a bad community service. That's
Yeah,
like a
exactly,
bad
yeah.
job.
True.
Or it's looked down upon, or I don't know. But instead of, we're trying to like shift the narrative of like, no, this is taking care of our community. This is keeping us healthy. This is keeping us safe. Like, we're being proactive, because all the messaging that we get about plastics and stuff is so like depressing. And so like we're like, okay, how can we do something like positive? Like, we're not going to save the world, but like, how can we make an impact on our literal neighborhood of like making, and we're not going to solve all the problems. Like, you know, Hector got asked from neighbors, like, why are you doing this? It's going to look like this tomorrow. And it's like, that's not the point. That's not the point. And he's trying to explain that to them. Like, this is going to shift people's perspective over time. We're in this for the long game. This isn't going to change things overnight. Like, we bring kids so that they can see that it's not cool to litter. It's not, take pride in where you live. Like, this is your hood. You want to rep it? Like, yeah, make it clean. So, yeah.
Yeah, at least before other demographics get in.
Well, it will be clean. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You may not be here.
People gotta see their neighborhood as their house. You know what I'm saying? I guess
Yeah,
people just don't see
absolutely.
it that way. And a lot of people probably be like, we pay taxes. They supposed to be cleaning our streets.
No, they do,
So,
but
you know what I'm saying? So they probably is
Yeah.
like, fuck that.
And I would say you see people literally throw shit outside the window, and it infuriates me.
Yeah.
I want to scold them.
Yo, the thing is, not too long ago, like legit, last week,
Yeah.
we're walking in the park right here, and during COVID, I was like complaining hard body to our local council representatives about us not having enough trash cans, right? And this before we had cross paths.
Yeah.
And especially in this area, I'm like, yo, they just dropped like 30 million to rebuild the park and do all
Which
this,
is
but
beautiful, by
and
the
it's
way.
dope, it's
Yeah.
fire. But there's no trash cans.
Yeah.
So finally, cool, they put trash cans. But I still see trash. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah, so for that, like I used to live in Harlem, and there'd be trash cans like near 125th, and people would literally walk by and throw it on the floor when there's a trash can there.
You see it all the time.
So like it has to do with the fact that people do what they see other people do. So like if you grew up and you saw your neighbors, your parents, your friends, whatever,
Yeah.
throw it away, you're gonna be like, oh, that's normal. But like if no one did that, like you would be shunned. You know what I mean? But like because not everyone, but like because so many people do that, they're just like, I'm not gonna walk those few steps to throw it away because it's just like convenient to them. You know?
We were sitting on a bench, chilling, and there's like a couple hanging out in their car. And yo, my man, I kid you not, there was a trash can dead in front of them. In front of them.
Yeah.
And Shorty opens the fucking door and tira la vaina,
Right,
just
under
threw
the
the shit
car,
right
under the
under the car, bro. Like right there. And I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah.
Yo, I went up to the whip. I felt kind of bad though because I like legit went up to their window like that, and then I just like picked it up
Yeah.
and threw it in the trash can. Just walked away. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all,
that's
man?
horrible. That's horrible.
But it's just wild. I mean, so you came from Cali, you said, right?
Yeah, 12 years ago.
12 years ago.
What brought you here?
That's like, so you've lived your whole lifetime.
You're a
right?
New Yorker.
Yeah.
You're a New Yorker now. Yeah.
What brought you out here?
So I went to art school in San Francisco, and it's a very small city. It's smaller than Brooklyn, and I just really wanted to be around creative people, like-minded people. I feel like all the ideas and activities that I want to be involved in wasn't in the Bay Area, because the Bay Area is like very tech centered. And it's not very artsy. It used to be back in the day, like in the 60s, 70s, 80s, but then, all the tech world pushed everyone out. So no one can really afford to live in San Francisco anymore. And so I was like, where would I live? And I would either live in New York City, Paris, or London. And
El diablo.
Great choice. Great options.
and I was like,
great
I couldn't get a
options.
visa. So I was like, I guess it's New York City.
Yeah. Great options.
Nobody wants to go to fucking Wisconsin, apparently.
It's really nice. I'll say the nature is really beautiful over there.
But were you an environmentalist while you were out in the Bay Area or no?
No, I was in my 20s. I was just kind of living that party lifestyle. Like, I didn't, yeah.
Was you putting all the trash in the trash cans out there? That's the question.
I was.
All right, cool.
So when you came to New York, and I love the coded language you use for gentrification, because you're like, well, the techies came.
Yeah.
The hippies are the Brooklyn hipsters are the ones cleaning. I'm like, fuck these people. They're the ones raising my goddamn rent. And Uptown is next, apparently. Nah.
Yeah.
And so you just went when you landed in Brooklyn, I guess, right? You're like, yo, you just found a whole community of environmentalists or people that just were being a bit more proactive of taking care of the neighborhood.
Yeah, so I was in Brooklyn for 8 years, and I saw them probably like towards the end, like before COVID. And then once COVID happened, like the founders of the group kind of like went their separate ways. And then I ended up moving uptown. And then I was just like, became a part of RU. And then I realized like, we need something like this uptown.
You're like, when I'm jogging.
I be stepping on a lot of shit that I'm not supposed to be stepping on.
It's gotten better. It's gotten better, I think, because of actions of what you're doing with the group and getting trash cans that are accessible.
Yeah.
So thank you both.
Yeah.
And what has surprised you? What have you learned from starting this up here?
I didn't think anyone would be interested.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think anyone would be into. I thought people would look at me and be like, "What the hell is she doing? Like, this is so strange." But I was pleasantly surprised that people were like very excited about it and into it. And I think, like, I learned that once you like give people those little fun facts or like give little takeaways, they're like, oh, I took something away from this. Like I learned something about this. And also it makes them like, people have told me like that after they leave, they're like, oh my God, I feel like so good. I did something so good. And I'm like, yeah, it's good to volunteer.
Like you feel like a good Samaritan.
I'm gonna get so many likes on Instagram.
How do you count?
Double win.
Surprisingly, not a lot of people at the cleanups like post about it. It's
that's
mostly,
even better though.
Yeah, like they do it. You could tell they like go to help and like not. They'll like post like the group shot that I tag them in and stuff. They'll post stuff that like Rue or myself will tag them in, but they're not like, look at me, I'm at this cleanup. The only ones that do that are the ones that do cleunups already.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is what I do, this is what I'm passionate about, and then they'll post and be like, look, cool, come here with us. But I haven't gotten any people that have like are doing it for like the gram
So
for the
it's
wrong
genuine.
reasons. Yeah, it's
It's
genuine.
good.
Yeah.
That's great.
There was one time, there was this one shorty I was talking to. I forgot her name. Super nice girl. And she came down, like she came in a decked out outfit. And I was like, baby girl, you came to the wrong thing. And she's like, what do you mean? She's like, I got to look cute while I'm cleaning up the streets.
Yeah.
I mean, she knows what sells. When's the next one?
The next one, oh my God, it's on the 14th.
Okay.
Sweet.
I think it's on our calendar.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are coming?
Of course.
Are you
Yeah,
coming?
Yeah.
For the gram, for the gram.
Was that Sunday, right? Sunday?
It is Sunday. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
No. So we in there.
We in there. Yeah.
Where can people meet?
Yes.
Yeah, where's it gonna be this
Is this
time?
coming out before or after the 14th?
No, I'm going to put it out Tuesday.
Oh, okay. They can meet at Inwood Hill Park at 10 a.m. It's on
Man, early.
Well, to beat the heat.
Yeah, you want to be out
Because
there.
we're going to be out there for 90 minutes, and you do not want to pick up trash in 90-degree heat.
No.
You will be melting.
It's true. It's true.
So just get to bed early.
Get your 8
No
hours.
problem. I'll make sure we get to bed early.
Get your 8 hours.
Ah, damn. All right, that's a game changer. Okay, so because
Wait,
10 a.m.
usually
is
what
like,
time? Usually what time y'all start?
It used to be at
Usually
noon.
it's like 11 or 12.
Yeah, when it's like November.
Yeah, when it's like, cooler out.
Yo, my man, noon is a very big difference from noon to 10 a.m. because 10 a.m. is like I gotta be out of my crib at 9 a.m. to gather my wits and be there. Like, so that means I gotta wake up like at a cool 8 a.m.
But you know what's also really different? Fucking 95 degrees and 68.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my bad, we're gonna be in Inwood Hill Park at 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m.
Gotcha.
Yes.
An hour and a half.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hour and a half.
These really cute trash bags are being provided, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the cutest trash bags I've
What
ever
about if it
seen.
rains?
If it rains, yeah, we reschedule.
Okay, shit.
Don't be trying to get out of it.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to see if I gotta bring a poncho. I don't know. I want to be ready.
committed.
I want to be ready, bro.
If
Umbrella,
it's like
poncho.
misty,
We rocking.
we rock it.
Alright,
But if
cool.
it's like pouring, no.
Alright, cool.
And plus, picking up wet trash is.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not glamorous.
No.
Have you seen, like, I personally have seen that you prior to you doing any of this, I didn't see a lot of like trash pickup groups or anything like that. Have you felt like you guys have contributed a direct impact, not only in what your efforts are, but influencing other people to even take their own initiative and action?
Yeah, I've seen other running groups do it all over New York City, which is really cool. and yeah, it's becoming more and more popular, like all over the boroughs, which is really cool. But we're the only, I would say we're the only ones uptown that do it like every month. But not to take away from the efforts of everyone else, because it's cool that they're interested in it, you know? And we're trying to partner with other groups just to bring awareness and like have them also contribute. Like that's why we partnered with Boogie Down, because we're like, we knew them and we wanted to partner with people in the borough that like that's their borough. So like you like it is a collaboration. So it was really fun. Yeah.
Sweet.
What's the next step? Like how do you keep going? Aside from this,
How do you
because
wanna
it
scale
sounds
it?
like
Well, first we need funding. So we're applying to grants. I'm applying to grants because in order to scale, we need funds. I'd probably get a space for us to meet in. I probably have a lot of like eco-friendly sponsors. I probably have DJs, like actual, like, because right now we have our DJ who's an amazing DJ. But I would like to have like guest DJs come in. It would be really dope if we had live musicians while we were picking
So you want to make it like an event?
I want it to be that's the one thing that's missing, is that I want people to be like dancing and like having a party. Like I want it to be like fun, but also like doing good. So like how can we make it like a party? Yeah, that's the idea. And also like traveling all over New York City.
You know what I just thought about? If you make it like a contest, whoever comes with the most biggest bag of garbage gets a prize, maybe. I don't know.
Have you done that?
Yeah. Like I would like to do like giveaways and stuff like that, but like environmentally friendly giveaways, like not like wasteful products, you know?
No, just give them like a Global X fucking concert tickets or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope.
Or a restaurant, credit to a restaurant in town or in the neighborhood. Or something
Like a vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
A vegan restaurant.
There used to be that vegan spot that, what was it?
I'm
Like
sure
a
it's all
bar.
nice.
It was a
Not at
bar.
all.
I forget the name of it. They had good smoky miscos.
Which one?
I can't remember the name of it. It was around the corner from Teravitas.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Damn it, I forgot the name
That
of
was
it.
a vegan spot.
You're right. I guess there was one cool vegan spot.
Yeah.
But it went out of business.
Anyway, that's a tangent.
Poor vegans.
But you're right. You know what? Sometimes you don't think about those logistics in respect to having a dedicated place that not only for storage, but for a meetup spot, maybe even just like offering recycling stations for not just for everybody to start bringing in just their, like a nice clean recycling station, not those fucking ones that are always beat up and all that kind of shit. But it's just like little, little things. Now that you mention it, it's just like now you got the wheels turning.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to partner with kids and like have it be like an educational thing and bring kids over, but to do so is like it's a lot of time, energy. I want to bring guest speakers, like experts to talk to them. That costs money and like there's so many things that we want to do, but yeah.
No, that's pretty dope. Yeah, I mean, basically that's a whole fucking recycling center plus event space.
Educational, hell
It's a
yeah.
nonprofit.
Space. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, that sounds phenomenal. That's
You also had a clothing swap that you helped organize. Recently.
Yeah. So we had our first ever, and there's going to be more. I keep getting asking. We had our event Uptown Closet, which was a free store to everyone in the community. And it was a way to, it started out as an idea for a clothing swap, and a lot of guys don't know what a clothing swap is. Do you guys? Do you know what? Okay, yeah. So I learned this. I thought it was a universal thing until I proposed it, and people were like, guys were like, "What is that?" So a clothing swap is generally done between friends and family. And you know how you have a lot of stuff that you're like, "I don't want this anymore. I'm gonna like donate it or get rid of it." Well, a lot of the stuff that gets donated actually doesn't end up donated. It ends up in landfills or ends up in markets all over Africa, where it just ends up in their oceans and their beaches. So it's like very environmentally, I don't even know what the opposite of friendly is, poor, bad for the environment. And so we were like, how do we keep clothing that people think is going to go to like Goodwill and ends up in landfills? Like, how do we keep it for people that need it, right? It's part of the circular economy, which is basically like having things be reused instead of thrown out. So me and my friends were like, let's do a clothing swap. And you basically bring your clothes to like someone's apartment, right? And everyone brings a bag of stuff that they don't want, and you just like swap, like, oh, that top's dope, or like those sneakers are dope, or whatever. So instead of throwing it away, you're like getting pieces from your friends that are also fashionable, and you're getting it for free, right? So it's like you're saving money, you're saving the planet. It's like, it's a win-win.
And it could be fun too.
You
It could
see
be
your
fun.
friends.
You see your friends. And so I proposed this to my friends, and then my friend Gina, shout out to Gina Baby. She was like, no, we should open it to we should make it bigger. And I'm like, okay. So I started thinking, I started talking to my friend Soleil. Shout out to Soleil from Nasty New Yorkers. And she does these free stores where she just throws up racks and gets all the clothes that her friends give her to donate, and she just hosts a store. And I was like, I would love to do that with our running group. Would you guide us into how you do it and just kind of walk us through your process? We met with them. They told us tips, do's and don'ts of how to do that. And then me and Gina went to work and started mapping out what that would look like uptown. We found a space. We collected clothes from everyone over the course of a month. They were all in my apartment.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
Everywhere.
Wow. God bless you.
Because I had
Shout out to your roommate.
To your roommate. Oh my God.
Oh man, didn't get it. I'm like, I paid fucking rent this month, man.
Move like this
Fuck
around the
this
house.
bullshit.
Oh my God.
So I had to go through every single piece of clothing.
You did.
I had to go
Oh
through
my
everything
God.
because a lot of people will donate things and it'll be damaged, it'll be stained, it'll be ripped, it'll
And
be
that's
teared.
I'm sorry. That's part of the reason they throw it out when they donate it to Salvation Army. You know that?
Yeah, they're either it's damaged or they don't want it, and so people will donate clothes. And so I had to go through every single piece and make sure there wasn't damage. And some people when you try things on, you're like, no, I don't want it. There'd be deodorant stains. And it's not
Makeup.
intentional.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
it
they
just
just
happens.
throw it in a bag.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
had to go through to make sure that what we're giving away is good, right? So then I did that. Then
Yeah, well, that's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
it's a lot
Did
of
you
work.
Can
get
you
to
tell
keep
your
some
people
cute
yo,
pieces?
before y'all give it to me, please check your
I
clothes.
did when people
They started stuffing shit in the bag.
People do what's most convenient for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true too.
No, but we're grateful that they did
Yeah.
because it was not intentional. People just
Yeah.
they're going through their stuff. And then I had to find the cute stuff, and then the stuff that's not so cute from 1980 or and I had to go through everything. But the goal was that we only had limited time in the space, so we thought, okay, we're gonna try to give away as much as we can, but then anything left over, we want to find a nonprofit that gives clothing directly to people, because with whenever you donate clothes, you don't actually know where it goes. Right. And so my friend Soleil partners with Aid for Life, which partners with immigrants and people seeking asylum, and every Sunday they literally give them any clothes that they want for free. So we decided any clothes left off we were gonna give to them. And so we had the space for 2 hours, and we
That was it.
What? That's
we
with
sold
setup
out.
and
No. We had a 1 hour setup,
Okay.
2 hours for the
All right.
store, and
That's
then
good.
1 hour to break down. And in the 2 hours, we
You had a line down the whole fucking
Damn.
avenue.
Yeah.
That strip. Yeah.
And then we sold 90% of it, or
Nice.
80
Oh, wow.
to 90% of it for free,
amazing.
completely for free.
It's not sold. You gave it away.
So when you say sold, was there a checkout system, or people just took stuff?
So we had to have a checkout system to make sure that it was fair, because there was a line. So we were like, okay, let's give people 5 each, right?
Five
Items.
Five items.
Items. Okay.
Yeah, we would give them tickets,
Got
and
it,
say
okay.
here's 5 items.
Got it.
And then over time we had to limit it to 3
Wow.
and 2 because of the time. We were we only have 30 minutes left.
Oh,
you have to
wow.
be in and out. And then we did end up donating a couple $100 of clothes though to
Wow.
Aid for Life.
Couple hundred?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
wild.
That's a lot.
You had
Yeah.
a couple 100 pounds in your apartment.
At that point, it must have been a ton.
No, I had over 1,000 pounds.
Yo,
What? Oh Lord.
how do you be measuring shit?
For real?
Because because I have a scale.
Oh damn!
That you just place it on.
No, so you know the scales that you just like hook onto a bag and then it goes like that.
Okay.
So I would like weigh because we had these moving bags to store all the clothes in. So then I would like weigh the moving bag and it was like, you know, on average whatever pounds, and then I counted the bags 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I was like, okay,
That's
we have
incredible.
Yeah.
How did you move all of that?
With the help of WRU Crew. Shout out to WRU Crew. They literally came to my apartment and were like walking up four flights of stairs and like donating it. Yeah.
Was that part of the workout?
That was part, and it was after a run too.
Oh my god!
So there's some strength training
I
involved.
know.
Yeah,
I was
for
like,
real.
fellas, come on, we need you.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow. So what about hangers and how was the setup in that?
Yeah, so we had clothing racks. We
Do you use
got
plastic hangers? I'm sorry.
we got hangers donated. Shout out to Nicole. She got hangers. Soleil and David, who are our team, they donated from their events hangers. So most of the stuff was donated by people or borrowed, and then we paid for things that we knew we were going to reuse for like another event. Yeah.
Got it.
Nice. Where was the store located?
It was at Recirculation. Do you know what Word Up Books is?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Word Up Books has another location called Recirculation on Riverside. It's like right here, right?
Yeah.
And funny enough, I was looking at spaces and like everything costs something to host it, and they hosted. Shout out to Recirculation and Word Up. They hosted us for free.
Shout out. We love that.
And they were like, yeah, we'd love to. And yeah, it was great.
Congrats.
Yeah.
You making some moves out here.
And
Yeah.
that's just 2 years with the Uptown Project Cleanup.
With Project Cleanup,
Project
Project
Cleanup,
Cleanup, it's been 2 years. But Uptown Closet, we just had it in March.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do in 5 years? Like, what's the growth that's gonna happen
I
if
don't
you've had so much growth
know.
now?
I don't
That's
know.
exciting.
It's dope because I mean, and also when you're talking about the clothing thing, once again, rabbit holes of when we last spoke. That's one of the challenges is the disruption not only of like the earth and shit, but the disruption of economies out in South Africa and Africa, where all this clothes gets donated to. Okay, it's like I'm talking about trailers filled, and they just give them out over there. And they're like, but how are we gonna sell our own shit that we're making?
Damn, word up.
And so
Yeah.
and that fucks up their whole system.
So that's why they throw it out?
They just throw it out.
Oh, shit.
And so it just goes to trash and landfills, and that shit ends up in the ocean. It's fucked, man. Because they're like, how are we supposed to make money off of shit
Nah,
we
it
make?
makes sense
Right,
though.
And you're giving me your fucking
Stop sending these
rags.
fucking clothes over here.
Hey, every time a fucking team loses a championship, y'all sending me boxes of clothes of the losing team and shit.
Yeah.
There's a group of artists thanks to National Geographic.
They're
And the
not
latest
sponsoring
issue.
us.
I know. You can bleep it out. But there's a collective of artists in Democratic Republic of Congo, and you should show these pictures when you edit the podcast. But they're incredible sculptures that these artists make, and they use all the trash that the developed world is sending them. And so you see like a full like sculpture suit, like
Of trash.
of flip flops, just flip flops,
Oh, wow.
for instance. You see another one of just razor blades. Like, it's incredible stuff. And there's one that's just...
It's like a stormtrooper suit, bro.
Yeah, it's like a-
it's not like
a
a real
suit.
like a some rinky dink looking joint.
No, it's like a I say sculpture because the scale of it is so big, but there's someone wearing it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's incredible. And there's another piece that they just use cigarette stubs, and they created a whole sculpture suit. I don't know a better word for this, but
That's
we're gonna
crazy.
call it sculpture suit of this. And they just reuse. They're sharing that. Stop sending us your trash, but
Yeah.
they're gonna. It's a form of art protest, art, whatever
wow.
you call it.
Man, razor blades, a whole suit, a whole armor
yeah.
suit of razor blades.
incredible.
I'm like, how the
That's
fuck you
crazy.
put this on, bro?
I don't know how they put it
insane.
on.
Rusty ass razor blades at that. Like, not the
Not the brand new one.
No.
Not the
It's
one
all,
that the
everything
barbers
is
be
used.
using. Yeah.
Everything,
Yeah.
and it's pretty wild.
We gotta be better about our footprint overall. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I throw out my trash once a week.
No, we're good.
Like, my carbon footprint is tiny, man.
So I'm
I used to
guessing
tell myself
everybody
that.
recycles in this table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a little matter. I mean,
The
aluminum
blue bin, the
cups,
blue bin, right? The blue bin.
the blue bin.
Yeah.
Nah, but the thing is that in my building, by the time I get it down there, it's like
It's filled to the top.
Un revolú.
un revolú. It's
Yeah, I
like-
mean, instead of thinking about it as recycling, in order to contribute to the problem, you need to think about consuming less or consuming things that don't need to be recycled. Because if you consume things that don't need to be recycled, you won't have as much things that need to be recycled.
Buy more glass.
Which we did help by bringing glass bottles to the picnic the other day.
Breaking glass bottles.
No, bringing the glass bottles to the 4th of July.
Got you. Yeah.
Only lost my entire shoulder, but it's okay, man.
Hey, that was a workout.
But they don't sell a lot of things in the supermarket that are glass. Like, do they got glass waters? Do they got glass?
It's unavoidable. You
It
buy
is.
a fucking banana, and the banana is wrapped in plastic.
Plastic bag.
Literally.
Yeah.
I don't understand
And it's
why
like,
they
yo,
That's
bro,
the problem.
this shit already has nature's
Protection.
shield.
Yeah, that's the problem. That is the problem.
You can choose, but you can choose to buy things that aren't made in plastic. That's one little.
The bananas they sell are all in plastic. From
Really?
The stores we go
Yeah,
to. Yeah.
they're in a plastic
They're like in a
bag.
plastic bag. Yeah.
You can't, yeah, in the plastic bag.
Sorry, I thought you meant like.
I mean, what am I gonna do?
I thought you meant like
They
steel.
come individually with banana wrap, in plastic
It's a
wrap.
plastic bag. That in a bag. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
No,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
thought it came individually. Each banana
Oh,
came
like
in
a-
the
like a
plastic.
saran wrap type
yeah,
shit?
Yeah.
Like those cucumbers.
But you see, that's
Well, that's, yeah.
and it's like
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That's
And
true.
then the I'm gonna be better. When I buy limes, I do take their
The
little
plastic bag,
from-
yeah.
But
There
we
you go.
reuse the bags.
But we do
though.
reuse the bag.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what.
yeah, bring that same bag that you brought home and bring it back.
Coño.
Now, you know what? Maybe we should start doing that.
Yeah.
No, they have little net mesh bags that you can bring with you.
Where are you shopping?
I can send you. Yeah. You can use like net. You can bring your own little like they're really light and thin, and you can just bring your own mesh bags, and then
just
you
dump
just
it
put
there.
the stuff
What am
in
I
them.
gonna do with the trillion bags that I have from all these big corporation stores when I order on fucking Instacart?
Oh,
and they
yeah,
bring
yeah.
every
Oh
single
my God,
Yeah.
5-cent or whatever bag that's supposedly
Literally.
protecting the
Yeah.
earth. But
No,
I
it's,
had
terrible.
it's
I'm
like
fucked.
worse. Yeah, it's worse.
like underneath my sink is filled to the
Me,
brim.
me too.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad. But underneath my sink is real
Yeah.
bad.
Because I'm like, I can't even throw these out. I feel like they're not gonna
then you-
decompose or
then you
something.
do, yeah.
No, so you can bring it to the stores and give it to them, and they're supposed to recycle them, like
Use
through
them.
the company. Yeah.
I feel
But-
like corporate agenda
Yeah.
won't be doing that. No?
They need to bring back the old school glass, milk and glass. Remember those?
Yeah. I'm
They
sure in
used to drop
Brooklyn
it
they
off.
have that out
They
there.
used to
at
drop
the
it off in front of
market.
your house. The 4 liter.
No, you know the market near Inwood Park, like
The farmer's market?
The farmer's market,
Oh, they
you know
got
that
it.
one right there, right? So my roommate, he gets
But I
milk, and like they give it to him in a glass from like a
Milk?
yeah,
Yeah.
like milk, and then you bring it back and they refill.
Oh,
it.
really?
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that's
really cute.
pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cute.
$20.
It's not
No, but apparently the milk he tells me, and he's not like
Sour.
eco-friendly. He's not like he's like no, the milk tastes different than from the store. He like it literally tastes. He's like I've tried it, and he's like
That's just coming directly from the cow. Directly from the
Kind of want to go get this milk now.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was like, I don't drink milk, so I was like, I believe you though.
I think plastic is we in too deep with the plastic right now.
Yeah, because
We in too
It's never
deep.
too
Yeah.
late. It's never too late.
Yo, bro, there is
It's so convenient to people.
there's just things that don't make sense at times though. Because as I'm talking about, like the fruit and shit and everything being in a plastic bag. But I forgot the other day we were watching something. And in South America, a lot of times, you buy you buy a Coca-Cola and it's like, oh, they're really good about recycling the bottle. They're like, yo, give me the bottle right back. But the thing is that they put the fucking Coca-Cola in a plastic baggie with a plastic straw,
Yeah.
and you're there with a plastic bag,
Yeah.
drinking Coke or whatever soda type shit out of a plastic bag, literally like a little plastic baggie
Yeah.
and a straw. And I'm like, yo, we dead.
Damn.
like it's a wrap on that realm, but technically they're being eco-conscious because they're like, oh, we're sending back the bottle.
But you're giving me plastic bag to drink out of it, so
a
that
plastic
doesn't
straw.
work.
And with
But
a plastic straw.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know what? We just need to figure out another solution. I don't know. Because them paper straws aren't cutting it.
The metal ones are nice, but you got to keep them.
But you taught me this. My straw, the straws don't make a dent. There's like
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
0.02%.
So we good on the straws.
We good on the
I
plastic.
bet.
But now they're finding the microplastic in our nuts, so we're fucked again.
Shit, we can't drink out of it. But that's only if you drink hot. That's only if you drink hot things out of it, right?
Nah.
Oh no.
I don't think so.
No. So everything you eat or drink that it is contained in plastic, you have thousands of microplastic particles that you're consuming every time. Yeah.
So much for feeling
Can't
good
escape
about
it.
eating food.
Can't escape it. Damn.
How do you not live in fear every day of your life?
So what do you practice?
What do you mean? What I
Like when it comes to
Yeah.
recycling and being more intentional?
Yeah, so I try to purchase fruit that doesn't come in. I mean, it's unavoidable with the damn bananas, but but no, actually, but to think about it, the skin protects it from the the plastic bag, right? And then you have the banana, but you're not eating the peel.
That's true.
So you're just like, so I mean, that's like a positive, but like I buy.
But you still got the bag.
That's true.
That's the problem.
I can't even recycle
What I do with this
shit
bag?
because I always gotta open it and rip it apart, man.
What I do?
Funny.
You can't recycle it. So what I'm gonna do with this bag? That's the
So,
problem.
yo, bro.
That is the problem.
Reuse the bag. Reuse the bag.
And then all my food I try to buy without plastic. I don't drink out of plastic water bottles.
At all.
At all.
Good for you.
I have like, if you saw my cabinet, I have like 1 million reusable, like hot, cold, everything. I bring it, all sizes too, depending on where I'm going.
Oh wow.
Depending on what I'm carrying. If I'm carrying hella shit, I'm not bringing my. And then, yeah, I just try to be as sustainable as possible. Like when I'm shopping, I try to buy things that are compostable. I compost. Not a lot of people know how to compost, so I use compost materials. And I just do my best. It's not about being perfect. Yes, I use plastic. Of course I have to, but I just try to limit my footprint. Yeah.
How do you compost here in the Heights?
So I could take it to the farmer's market, but then also there's like these controversial. They're not controversial.
They're trash.
Trash. Those like bins that they install.
That you have to use your phone to open.
Yeah, I was super excited about it until someone like burst my bubble and told me that like they're going to like facilities that are like harmful for the environment. I was like, oh god damn it.
Damn it.
But I'm trying to partner with like the People's Project and like to get more composts that are actually going to like farms or like good places, so that it's easy, because like people won't create a habit unless, if you've ever read the book Atomic Habits, you have to make it.
Give us more information.
You have to make it as convenient and easy as possible for people, because if it's too difficult, someone won't do it. So like we have to make it super convenient for people to do, like having those, if those bins were going to good places, then having things like bins on every corner, or like you have to make it super easy. And also like there has to be education that's super easy for people of all cultures to understand. It can't be super complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Bluetooth, phone, and
makes
QR
no
code,
sense.
and people not in only one language, and people like, it was funny because I'm seeing people trying to open that shit, and they're just putting mad random trash on top of it, and I'm just like, fuck, this is not working.
But Brooklyn's got the little cute tiny trash cans for the compost. So what's stopping the Heights from getting something like that?
And the people that live there. So the demographic, what their priorities are, dictates where the money goes.
Also, the challenge, the challenge is that there's a separate sanitation truck for that specifically.
Got it. Okay.
And there have not been enough brownstone homes to sign up for it, that want to do it.
Got it. Here.
Yeah, because it costs more money.
Got it.
And
Okay.
so more money, more tax, and that's the ideal bullshit that they feed us. But
Right.
the fact is that it hasn't been instilled in our culture at all. And because it has not been instilled in the culture, no one's requesting it. No one's requesting it. People think they don't want it. If they don't want it, then why provide it? Because that's more services, more money. And yeah, but it's interesting. I mean, the composting part, because I tried it. We tried it,
yeah.
And because I juiced on it, so when I'm juicing, I'm like, I got all this fucking mad shit I could compost, right? I'd be feeling mad proud. But I'm like, damn, man, I let it sit in my kitchen. And I'm like, no, I can't sit. I gotta take it out right now.
And there should be places where you could take out the day of, right?
Right,
Instead of
yeah.
waiting a whole week for a market
Right.
to pick it up. That's the thing.
I was looking at cute little compost bins that could sit on the counter.
You can actually freeze your compost.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
what?
right. I forgot about
So
that.
you can freeze it so that you don't want like flies and bugs and all, and you don't want it to smell or whatever. You can actually put it in your freezer, like the bin, and then when it's time to compost, you take it out.
See, this is when what you just mentioned about streamlining it and make it easier for people. I'm gonna tell you right now, putting trash in my fucking freezer doesn't sound attractive. But yeah, atomic habit, I guess,
You
right?
gotta do what you gotta do to compost, bro.
Fuck, that's a little next level.
I mean, we could. check
No,
out the
you
farmer's
like
market
keep
tomorrow
it
to see the
contained, and you're not putting meat in there. You're not putting dead animals. You're putting fruit and vegetables. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
I guess in my brain, I do have to get rid of the ick factor.
Yeah.
And be like, because once
But it's not rotting. You're putting it literally as soon as you're done with it in the freezer. It's not
Cleaner
like
than
getting.
trash.
You probably be thinking, why I got that in my freezer?
You know what I'm
Why?
saying, bro?
Yeah.
But if we put it in a pretty box,
You have to put it in a contained bin
Yeah, just something that's
With
not
the-
see through.
with the, and then put your food on the other side.
yeah. I mean, we don't have that much space.
I'm gonna put a poll on social media and ask people how many people are willing to do this. And if people are down to do it with me, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
How do you do? That's how you do it?
Yeah.
No shit. So you ever had anybody just randomly open up your freezer and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
No, if they did, I'd kick them out.
I gotta admit, when I'm at home and I'm eating in my house,
And
take out,
scraps and shit.
take out whatever. Let's say Chinese. I ate Chinese yesterday. I don't like putting garbage in my garbage bin, like food.
Same. I was
So I
just
put it
telling
in
Ron
I
today.
put it in the fridge until I go downstairs.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah.
That's next level.
Our
Because I
chute
don't
is
want
right
no
here.
bugs though.
Yeah.
That's why.
Our chute is right here, so anything
Yeah,
that's
so y'all got
smelly,
shoots. I don't got a shoe. I live in the 4th floor. I take the elevator down, the stairs down.
Oh, no, that's a lot.
And then at nighttime, there's a lot of rats in the weather. So I'll take that upstairs in the morning.
That's how
what
I
do.
reuse those little fruit and veggie bags. Is I put the food scraps in there,
Oh yeah.
and then I throw it out here in the chute.
Yeah, I wish I had a shoe. I don't know a shoe.
But then that's just going to the landfill.
Which, by the way, we have neighbors who are leaving their trash outside of the chute, and it's
Damn,
very rude.
They not
Yo,
they
man.
that
So
lazy
rude.
that they can't open the door. Like, wow.
So
Like wow.
Is it because it's super stuffed? Like they can't.
Oh, maybe
They're
that.
just
No,
being rude
it's
and
because
lazy.
That's mad convenient to have one
You
of
should
those.
put a little ring light.
It's because they use a fucking extra large black bag.
That's the problem.
And
Yeah.
that shit don't fit in
Yeah.
the thing.
You gotta break it
You
down.
gotta have like a
Yeah.
small,
You gotta break it
reasonable
down.
bag,
Yeah, it's
bro.
true.
But no, they want to
They
have the
stuff it to the
industrial
end.
shit.
To the end, they stuff it.
And I'm just like, all right,
Like,
cool.
it doesn't fit.
And you know
Right
that
there.
trash has been sitting there for like a week. If it's the industrial bag, right? It's been there for a minute.
Nah, the worst ones is the neighbors that put the trash in front of the door. Oh God.
Coño.
You mean outside of their apartment?
Yeah, right next to yours is like, come on,
no.
guy. Like,
So
really?
disrespectful.
Come on. You know roaches are gonna go have a party right there, bro.
Yeah.
So what do we say to those people?
Nah, sometimes I grab
Be
it.
better.
Sometimes I grab
Be
it myself.
better.
If I'm going downstairs,
Be
I
a
grab
better
that shit. I
human.
take it downstairs myself.
Wait, do they speak English or Spanish?
Huh? Oh, I'm sure they more than likely Spanish.
How do you say be a better human?
Damn.
That's just how in English it already sounds mad long.
Yeah, hell yeah.
In Spanish, de que sea un mejor
Humano.
un mejor humano.
Yeah.
Mejor vecino.
Mejor
Mejor
vecino.
vecino. Better
They do
neighbor.
a lot of karaoke. So I wonder.
Oh, that's the karaoke people.
Is there a song? Is there a song that's
know,
like
right?
Throw your
You're a
fucking
piece of
trash
shit.
out. Throw your trash out, goddammit.
Yo, man. No, it's just that I am thinking about like how can you make it easier for people, and you're talking about it.
That's not easy enough. Like, come on now. All you gotta do is walk there and open that. You don't even gotta go downstairs. Come on. That's insane.
I think the best way is looking at other communities that do it. So like there's other countries like Japan is like out of this world. They are so, if you just read into like Japan and like recycling, composting, trash, like
You're on
you go to
another level.
Tokyo, there's no trash on the street.
Must be
I don't-
nice.
People carry their trash with them until they get home. Like it's
Wow.
part of the culture that it's ingrained with them since they're little kids. And so like there's not And he, like, when Hector went to Tokyo, he was like, Amber, you would love it here. And it's just like there, because it's ingrained in the culture, you know? And so I just think that what we could do in New York City or in the U.S. is, like, look at what other countries do and take what is applicable and go from there. Because you can't just, like, imagine it, you know, until you've seen it actually done effectively.
Singapore. They throw people in jail for trashing.
No shit.
Yeah, they're very severe about
Right
their
to jail.
trash laws.
Damn.
Do you remember that?
What was it?
From Parks and Rec?
Oh,
What
We
was
sent
it?
them
Which one?
right to jail. Litter, jail.
yo, no, the fines.
Yeah,
ain't
but
cutting it.
they got bullshit fines here. We catch you.
Oh, no, they
People
throw
don't
you
even
in
pick
jail.
up
But
their dog shit no
they
more.
don't enforce it. That's the thing.
They don't
If they don't
enforce
enforce
it.
it, then they're,
And they're useless. You know, we went to Dominican Republic in May, and it's a beautiful island. It was my first time there. Gorgeous, stunning. There's trash. There's a lot of trash. And it was very heartbreaking. And it was like doing some Reddit sleuthing to see like what's going on. Why is there so much trash? And it's because the people running the trash in DR are corrupt, and they're not doing their jobs.
yeah. And also, there's so many tourists. So it's a lot of tourist trash. And
Oh, it's so,
So how do
sad.
we
It was so sad to
fix
see.
that in New York, where it's
I
even
know, right?
you know, fucking 100 million times the population? Because what 8 million
I mean,
live here.
But
do
look
it
at
so
Japan and
dense.
China, though. Look at Japan and
Yeah,
China. They have
that's
way
true.
more people than us.
Yeah.
And I
They're more
mean,
disciplined than us.
I mean, Tokyo's very dense.
how dense is Tokyo?
Way more than New York.
Oh, there
Way
you go.
more.
Google it.
I is worthy of Google. Hold on. Like we need.
What
Hey, Siri.
What Manhattan got? Manhattan got 8 million, right? People.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if
8
you
million?
include like tourists and commuters,
Oh yeah,
it's
that
like
doubles.
it's like 12,
Oh,
13 million.
Oh,
You know,
wow. I didn't think
Damn.
about that.
because you have like the residents, then you have the tourists, then you have people from like New Jersey, Connecticut.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you're right.
You know,
It's most populous. It is the most populous metropolitan area in the world. So 40 million. It would be with like everybody. That's wild.
That's a lot of
Wow.
people.
Interesting.
Damn.
Well, okay, we need to figure this out. I mean, I'm gonna do some comparison because it's just pretty wild. And if you're telling me it's clean, all right, cool. I never been. I'm gonna have to look into
Research trip.
it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to look into like what is that they're doing that is so much better.
How you think we could motivate people, like more knowledge? You know, probably people throwing out garbage out there like that because they don't really know the extent of the damage that they're doing. So it's probably like, this Pepsi can ain't doing much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people really know the extent of the damage they're doing. So
It starts
Yeah.
with education.
yeah, it starts with
Yeah.
education. That's why when I host the cleanups, I try to give like a little bit of education before.
Do you remember the spiel by now? Do you have it memorized?
I'll have it memorized by next week.
I was about to say, you drop it right.
But and I'm gonna try to find more fun facts. But I think, and also including the next generation, because that's really important. Because or else the cycle's just gonna continue. So yeah, just changing habits from really, because you know your habits are most of the habits you have are from when you're a kid, right? So like if we can start them young, then I feel like that will cause change. Yeah, and also the younger generation, like Gen Z, is like super into environmentalism, sustainability. So
Like they could save the world.
yeah,
I don't think they're teaching it in science classes no more, right? Was it back in the days or something like that, like about the world and all that? They don't teach it like that. No
certain
more.
schools. I think it depends on the school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, man, it's just wild. I mean, ultimately, I think there's so many moving parts, especially in a big city like New York, outside of language barriers, outside of cultural things. It's how do you? I think I'm going back to how do you streamline it in a way that it's actually sustainable, because then you know you learn about, oh shit, we're composting, but then they're not putting it where it's supposed to go, and
Right.
or people are still, or you even put the compost shit in there, but you have it in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's all these other things, and it's a lot. And I will say that the more you look into it, it's just like, wow, it feels like there's so I think I'm going to go back to the micro level of, I just want to see my streets clean.
Yeah, I think instead of to not think of it as like so depressing, you have to think like, well, I can't control what everyone else is doing, so I can only control what I'm doing. So, like, how can I make my footprint smaller? Like, I think I tell everyone that the average person throws away 5 pounds of trash every day. So, like, how can you make that 4 pounds? How can you make that 3 pounds? And, like, you can't control everyone, but if you do it, then your friend will learn about it, and your friend will start doing it, and then their mom will start doing it, and then over time, like, you are making an impact by your actions. Like, the things you do inspire other people. Like, maybe they won't change their whole lifestyle, but they'll make small choices every day that does make a bigger impact. So instead of thinking of like, oh, this is all going to shit, just think of like, what can I do like today that makes an impact?
I'm trying to think of what 5 pounds do I throw at these? That 5 pounds sounds like a lot of garbage.
It's a lot.
I don't feel like it.
Is it class?
Yes, you do.
I'm just kidding.
No, you do. Because some people it's more. And this is just the average.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, food got a lot to do with that.
A lot of food.
I'm gonna
yeah.
keep tally of my shit.
I think we're
You're
gonna
gonna weigh it?
No, I am like legit. I'm gonna.
What about when you're
Are you gonna
out to eat,
remember?
though?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true
we-
too.
we-
That
Even
straw
better.
wrapper, that napkin that you use.
Oh, that
We've been
weighs.
better about eating in lately, so
I'm gonna.
we're
yeah,
better now.
I'm just gonna not buy anything, bro.
I know. And, like we I was thinking
growing
about
shit.
it. Like our trash, I think like we only go through like a very modest size bag a
Medium
week,
size.
right? But everything else, like all the containers, like the cardboard and the plastic, that like it grows overnight. I'm like, what the fuck? I
Yeah.
can't walk in front of the stove. What happened?
Yeah.
That's an exaggeration, but I feel like I'm ready to take on the challenge of using less plastic, which means I have to find other ways to get my greens instead of in the like little box
Coño.
plastic.
So yeah, she buys these super greens,
Yeah.
and they're in a fucking plastic box.
Yeah, they are.
What about like a farmer's market or something?
So far and expensive.
See, convenience. I told you.
Convenience.
It's far
is the
and it's
best.
expensive.
Yeah.
It's pricey.
It
gets
is pricey. Yeah, like $20 for a fruit. Some like fruit. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, no, for
it's
sure.
expensive. So
Yeah.
how do
It's
you
tou-
make
it's a
it
tough
accessible
balance.
for everyone?
It's tough.
Yeah.
You want to save the world, but you want to be
I
comfortable.
know. And then I spend 20 minutes washing like if I buy the spinach as is, that's like 20 minutes washing it, drying it, storing it.
I will say this though, well, like when we got together, there would be like glass bottles that jars or whatever, you're throwing it away. I would before I just used to throw them away, but now you wash them before we throw them away because
Yeah.
apparently if you don't wash the fucking bottle, they don't get recycled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
You used to tell me
Yeah.
like, why are you spending time watching that? It's like, well, whoever touches it next, and they have a better experience opening it.
I'm gonna change my ways too. I'm not. I feel like mad guilty right now for some reason. Like, yeah,
It's just a small thing.
I'm
It's
not,
just a small
I'm not even gonna hold you. I got plastic forks and knives
Yeah, most
in
people
my
do.
house.
But those things
And I
can
thought I was doing something like productive. Like I don't gotta, I got enough time. I don't have time to wash dishes, so boom, I just throw them shit.
just straight fucking
Convenience,
killing the
convenience.
I
world.
know. Yeah, you know what? I'm getting a set of
and
forks.
those actually cannot be recycled.
Really?
Oh, fuck. I'm getting a set of forks, knives, and spoons
Tomorrow.
next
Because
week.
think about it, when you're putting in your mouth microplastic.
Damn, I'm probably full of that shit. I'll be putting that shit to stir my coffee.
Oh my god! And that's hot. That coffee's
That's
hot.
hot. That's why I asked that earlier. Does it matter? Oh Lord! All right, try to do a little reevaluating my crib because damn.
Just think about one thing you can tackle, and that's the plastic utensils for
That's
you.
what I'm gonna do.
That's
Cool.
one thing.
All right,
and then
cool.
once you tackle that, you could be like, okay, what else can I do?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
take it one step at a time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it.
You have such influence, so thank you for coming on and sharing more about it. And
Yeah.
again, like it's pretty incredible to see the growth of just 2 years. So
Yeah.
like as I said before, what are the next 5 years? So your influence is working.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you already
Absolutely.
influenced us in the room to use less.
Yeah. Made me feel good to your shit.
Sales are about to go fucking down for
Like-
every corporation. Stocks are going to fucking plummet. Everybody's
next
gonna lose their
revolution.
job. No more productivity for anyone. Why? Because I'm just refusing to use less.
For real.
No. So wait, I mean, I asked you all these questions. At what point so when you came to New York and you were chilling in Brooklyn, was that the flip of the switch for you? Of like to become not a good Samaritan, but just like an environmentalist and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been like interesting and I've been passionate about it. And I would say like the last 8 years. But I think we're all in our 30s or
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, you could say that.
I think like just like the older I've gotten, I've been wanting to do more good. I think like in my 20s I was very selfish and very self-centered and focused on like me, and now you know, being in a community uptown, I've never felt so like welcomed, even though I'm not even from here. And I'm like, these people like are so welcoming to me, so like how can I give back and do good? And so I wanted to combine those two things that I love, is like community and like environmentalism. How can I like combine it together? So yeah.
You're doing a great job, Eddie.
Yeah.
You're doing a great
Also,
job.
y'all are so welcoming. Like here uptown, like I was a transplant as well. Like I have a lot of love for people from the Heights. So
Nice. Like, estamos aquí.
Yeah, we here. We here. we here.
It's like, yeah, estamos aquí.
Yeah.
All right. With that said, we'll shift over to last call for words. So we'll start off with my brother, Dre Drizzo.
Yeah, well, thank you for the information that you gave me. And you know what? We need this type of information because we need people to feel guilty of what the hell they're doing. You need that
Feel
shit. Like, I just pictured in my head this whole time he just making it rain with plastic, straight up spoons and knives. So I you know, we need education. People need to feel somewhat guilty that sometimes the comfort it's not always good. You know, we got futures. We got future babies coming up. And
all plastic filled future baby.
Yeah. like now we know that we got plastic inside our nuts. So now it's gonna be like, it's not even gonna be cyborg. What would you call that? Like I don't know. So, but thank you so much for, you know, bringing out our awareness, and I'll see you next Sunday.
Yeah. No, we'll jump right to you, Amber. What are your last call for words?
I guess I just want to invite everyone to the cleanup on the 14th. If you can't make the cleanup on the 14th, we have another one August 10th. You can find out more information on at WRU Crew on Instagram. Uptown Closet's coming back next year, even bigger and better.
Awesome.
Hopefully 2,000 pounds worth of clothes.
oh my god, stored in your apartment?
I know, right? Like you need to get a place.
Yeah.
We have a WRU Crew storage unit that we'll be using.
Great.
So yeah, and then yeah, just look into, you know, ways to volunteer in your community. You guys are pulling up for 90 minutes once a month. And yeah, just Google facts about environmentalism, but don't let it depress you. Just try to think, what can I do today? You know, like I wasn't perfect for 20 years, but what can I do today? That's what I would say.
counts.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. I wasn't perfect for 20 years. Say,
Yeah, I'm making it up today.
Yeah, exactly.
Lovely. I gotta get a whole thing.
Whole thing?
Yeah, my bad.
Oh,
okay.
threw the fan on you. Damn.
I'm gonna use less plastic from now on.
Wait, is that
Down
fan
in the
plastic?
bayou.
That fan got some
yeah.
plastic on it.
I think it's wood.
Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Wood.
But I mean, it's got some poly on it
All
from
right,
the
now,
fabric.
see. You already
but-
started. You good.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll use less plastic.
That's
That's it. Use less plastic. And if our neighbors are listening, please throw away your trash. Everything else
Cut your
shoot.
trash down.
But I am excited to pull up next week, so looking forward to coming back to it. It's been a while since I've been here.
Yeah, it's always dope talking and building with y'all and Amber. It's always great catching up with you. I'm really excited about your next stages, and because now, as you were mentioning it, man, my brain started like racing. Because I remember I had shared with you that in Sweden, like an H&M store, what they do is really cool. Is they have a machine that you put in your unwanted clothing, and it breaks down the fibers, and you use like 10% new fibers, and it creates a whole new garment, like a basic shirt or whatever, right? But it's ways of how to repurpose old clothing that people may not want. And I'm like, damn, man, if we could have even something like on an educational storefront, well, it could do that. Like, yo, people bring in their old clothes and it gets shredded up and becomes. But there's so much science behind it because you got to learn about the dyes inside the clothing, all the chemicals that were used in the pre-washing, or the chemicals that were used when you wash them and you own them, the chemicals from the deodorants, and all that shit stays apparently, right? So you got to wash it in a special way, all these other things. And I went down all these rabbit holes after just crossing paths with you, because it's more than just, yes, on a micro level where I look at it as, wow, I do want cleaner streets. And growing up, my boys would share they would literally just litter, just the piece of paper, the straw, and just throw it in the trash. And I'll pick it up and they'll just throw it on the street, and I'll pick it up and throw it in the trash. And I'll be like, yo, why y'all do that? And they'll use stupid excuses like, oh, if we leave the streets too clean, we're taking away somebody's job. And I'm like, mire, coño. I'm like, yo, this is really how you're trying to justify this shit in your brain? Like, he's an asshole. Yeah. Jesus. Just straight up. But, you know, now, when on a macro level, so yes, it does sound depressing at times internally or whatever, but I am genuinely trying to think, like, how can things begin to shift and on so many different levels of not just you know, new products being put out and everything wrapped in plastic, but how can people start shifting? Because you sometimes when I buy chinitos and stuff, and you look at their packaging and they'll say, oh, this is eco-friendly, and it's been, and I'm like, no, it's not.
Styrofoam.
I'm like, this will take even longer.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, corporate people lying to me is probably the biggest pet peeve too.
Yeah,
I'm like, you're trying to make money off of lying to me that you're doing good, you asshole.
Yeah.
And you're not. You're doing worse, in fact. So, just on a simple micronuclear level, when I see people just consuming, because you're talking about 5 pounds of trash a day, and I'm like, wow, you know what? I do love Bounty.
Yeah,
and I wipe everything down with that shit, and I'm like,
I'm guilty of that too.
I'm gonna have to start like recycling, like just reusing them a bit more, like letting it dry.
They're strong enough, though. They're strong.
I can tell you, there's a microfiber paper towel that you can use, and then you hang it, and it immediately dries.
No way.
I'll send it to you.
Send the link.
Without even putting any pressure, 50% of the cola right there. You follow me, camera guy? Made in Germany. You know the Germans always make good stuff. Sham wow, you'll be saying wow every time.
Grab your sham wows, right?
I feel like those just always get dirty and dingy.
That's what it's called. That's sham wows? Yeah.
But share with me, I will be, more of the story is, the main takeaway from our exchange is just to be better, to grow, to figure out ways of where I can cut back. And
we're gonna see mad Bounty sheets hanging, drying.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, they that strong.
They
though.
do.
They're
They
strong.
do. They're
yeah,
good.
they're strong enough that you could dry them.
They haven't dipped on their quality.
You can't win.
And the water that's used to make them white.
Yeah.
And the bleach and the energy.
Yes. Send that link.
So yeah, I'll help you guys.
Yeah. You
so you don't have paper towels?
My roommate does. I don't.
You don't use paper towels?
So you use the cloth thing.
I use the cloth thing. Yeah.
Man, shout out to you, man.
You are that. Yeah, word up. Damn, you are dedicated. Yeah.
Yo, because I go through a lot of paper towels.
Yeah, me too. I got 2 in my pocket now. I take them to go.
They're very absorbent.
Once again, thank y'all very much for listening. Thank y'all very much for coming through. Dre Drizzo, Dre Drizzo, Amber, I'm gonna get it down packed. This was super informative, meaningful, but inspiring. That's what it is.
Yes.
Inspiring.
It is inspiring.
Yes, it is.
Because I'm not just frustrated at my, in full transparency, 38 years of backlogging. Damn. I could have done a lot better in my life. A lot
of plastic.
I've dropped way too much plastic. So I will be better. Thank y'all very much. This has been fantastic. This is Ron Kane. Thank you for listening to Just Words. Nobody cares. But we do care.
We do.
And we're out.
Care about the environment.